Martyrs. In the last episode, our group went on the run. They took something from the archive that they weren't really supposed to take, and that set off some alarms, and now they are being chased by the government. They don't know, they think they ditched what was tracking them, and they have escaped on some mounts, heading towards a river to about 8 hours away they were able to get, and they stopped to rest and have their mounts drink water and figure out what they're doing next. And that's where we're gonna pick up. So you guys have arrived at this river. Your mounts are now drinking out of this river. They look very, very tired. They like slop down, and but you are here now.
So, where is that one guy we're supposed to go to?
I don't know, we didn't have any time to contact him.
Yeah, so go look at the tracker thing.
I can't believe we've ended up in this situation.
We just contact him first.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess you could.
I pull up the device. What do we want to say? Just want to
We
meet up?
revolted against the government. Take us in.
Do we immediately trust these?
Yeah, we don't even know if these people are doing the right thing either. So we gotta be somewhat cautious, but we do need to find out more information.
Some allies,
Yes.
otherwise we're just kind of screwed.
We do need to find out more information. So, yeah, I say let's contact them, you know? I think that's the only option we got, to be honest.
Does anybody have like a mutual meeting ground? That way we can't be walking into a trap?
Not that I know of.
I don't have anything near here.
I don't remember any towns on the map either.
Well, and besides, we've got to keep moving. Who knows if they're tracking us or not? I mean, they've got those petrolictos everywhere. You never even know if they can catch a scent.
I say we leave it up to the other guy to find a location. And we'll just meet him there.
Alright, so I touch all the buttons and I start recording my message.
Alright.
We're on the run. The government found out we were looking into them. We need a place to meet.
There's some weight. And the other one opens up. Alright. We have... where is your current location? We'll try to set up a middle ground to meet.
What is this river called again?
The Apollo River.
Okay.
We're just up the Apollo River in the forest.
Yeah, maybe like 8 hours away from Messagoria up the Palm River.
We're 8 hours up the Apollo River in the forest. We're trying to stay clear of any open area to where the government can't track us down.
I don't like how quiet it is.
Understood. We'll set up a camp that's in between where we're stationed at and the river. You're gonna have to cross the river though. And we'll probably head in about a day's travel in, and we'll meet you there. Look for 2 large boulders. And in between them, there should be a slightly strangely shaped grass-looking hut. And that, or more like a hill. If you walk into that hill, you'll see us there.
Into the hill?
Into the hill.
What does that even mean?
Well, first we gotta cross this river.
Okay. Well,
How
we've got to swim.
Are you guys gonna
How
try
fast is this current?
Decent. It's not like it's like rushing water. It's just like impossible to cross, but it definitely has a current to it.
So does it look like the mounts can walk through this?
You would know that these creatures can actually swim pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then. It shouldn't be too big of a deal to cross this river.
Are you guys planning on
Not-
resting here? Resting after you cross the river? Like, do you have any plans in that regard?
It's getting probably pretty late, right?
Yeah.
I say we cross the river first.
I agree. I think that
it'll
would
cause
kinda
a bit-
throw off
Yeah,
the
yeah.
trail a bit. I agree.
There's like a more forest covered area on the other side of the river.
Yeah, it's kind of
Alright.
both sides have some forest in there. I mean, you have to run probably like a few hundred feet in to really get in the denser parts, but you can totally do that.
We also don't have food, do we?
No, I don't think so. I
We'll have to
have
find our
a little bit
food.
more stale bread in my backpack, but
I
I'm
don't
down
want
to my
your stale
last
bread,
loaf.
please.
We could probably find something.
Well, I say we cross and figure out what we're gonna do after that.
Yeah, I agree.
How do we do that?
I wake up my mount thing, yeah. It's time to cross the river, little guy. And I just sit on it.
As it sags from your weight a little bit. Speaking of little guy, you did grab like the biggest one they had.
Still little guy.
But he's not that much bigger than you. like truly. You're definitely taller than it when it's standing up, and you kind of just like lift over it and sit down. But they're strong. These things have really, really muscular legs, and but for you, you see him using his front legs a lot more, and kind of like resting them on the ground and supporting himself a bit more. They have very large tails though, so that does help with their river crossing abilities. They can actually like use that to kind of whip around, almost like an alligator, and like kind of, or some kind of sea creatures, and almost use it as a tail fin to some degree. So they are pretty good at swimming. So you feel pretty confident that he can cross this river.
Okay,
So
hey,
we'll
maybe you want to
find out.
swim alongside him, just for his sake.
I mean, I can swim, but I'm not that good of a swimmer, and he looks like he'll be fine. This little guy has got some strong legs.
Well, you do realize you have like a lot of weight from your armor
I'm aware.
alone,
I'm aware.
right? Okay. If you guys drown, it's your fault. Okay.
We're about to drown, I'll get off of him.
So I just get on mine and start going.
Like I said, they're very good at what they do, and they swim across this thing pretty much no problem. Their front legs actually do have some webbed, like a little bit of webbing in it too, so they kind of use that to help push through. And their back legs just have like power. At some points in the river, you can feel that they're even touching the ground. It's not a very deep river, so at least at this point, so able to cross relatively easily. It takes some time, but like within 5-10 minutes, you're across.
Okay. That wasn't so bad. Legs a little wet, but okay.
Well, I say we try to find some food out here. One way or another, I guess we could either look for some sort of creature or maybe some sort of fish.
Yeah, we should go a little bit further inland so that we're not as easily spotted. But yeah, I agree. We should probably find something as soon as we can.
Sometimes I wish those obelisks weren't here and monsters were around. Plenty of food, too.
I don't want to eat a monster.
I mean, depends what it is. Some of them look pretty tasty.
Oh, not for me. You do you,
You
man.
just gotta be open to try new things, and then it's all good stuff. Well, we could try to fish.
That's a good point. Do you know how to fish? Because I
Not
don't.
really. No.
I feel like hunting an animal is probably our best option.
Now that I can do.
We don't want to be on this river.
I don't know if you can do that. You're a little too loud.
Dude, I can be so quiet when I need.
Okay, well, while we're talking, I take a big look around the river, seeing if there's any animals trying to get some water.
Make a perception check.
14. Turtle would do.
You do see something that looks like it's lapping up some water.
How far away is it?
500 feet.
Oh, that's pretty far.
It's not that far for your eyesight. You can see
Yeah,
that far.
but far, I can't throw
But-
something that far.
Yes, it's still got some
I'm just gonna cook it from a mile away.
distance.
Okay, from afar.
What it looks to be is a deer-like creature that has like kind of almost this shimmering emerald like mane to it. That only in certain lights does it actually shine. Sometimes it looks like darkened, and other times it kind of hits the light just right and it shines.
Okay, I
Very,
being that
very
far away,
elaborate
I kind of like push these two to like the side, kind of behind a few trees, so it doesn't catch us. Well, I see something. I say we all go hunting, but obviously take off any sort of loud armor. So like mainly me, and I start taking off my heavy armor. Don't want it clanking around while I'm trying to sneak up on
fair.
her.
I take a quick look around to make sure that there's nothing following us, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, make a perception check for that as well.
That is a nat 20.
What?
Yeah. Starting off the day strong.
You're gonna end weak.
Hey.
That's a lot of dice.
Nothing like immediately stands out to you as like, oh, something's following me. You do see some things in the surrounding bushes, though. Like you do see movement. You're also in the forest. It's hard to tell if that's like something's here, like watching me, or if it's a bunny, or
Do I get like a bad feeling? Do I feel like I'm being watched?
a little bit.
God, I don't know. I think that we should move deeper into the forest first. Kind of get a little survey of our surroundings and then hunt.
I agree. We should go deeper into the forest and
I
look
just got
for
a bad feeling. I feel like we're being
clearing.
watched.
Well, I saw a little guy out in the distance that I really want to eat. So
But it doesn't matter if we get caught. Safety first.
Yeah, let's go there, and then we can all separate if we need to go get stuff, and then come back to camp.
or I could go over there, get my food, and then I could try to meet up with you guys.
You don't know where we're going.
Just make a fire or something.
No.
We're not making a fire big enough for you to see it. That would be dumb.
That would be dumb.
Then everybody
Fine,
else
I'll go
can
with
see
you.
it.
I'll go with you.
If anything, we should try to find a small cave or something.
At this point, the sun is starting to like set. Just so you know. So
I want food now.
the creatures, everything, as you kind of go a little more inland.
If we wait any longer, it'll take a lot more effort to find food, just because they'll be asleep. So unless we jump up on a nest of them or whatever we're trying to
there
find.
are a lot of nocturnal creatures.
Yeah, but a lot of them are also more dangerous. It'd be nice to find one still moving around.
That's a good point.
If we just pick up one decently sized creature, then we can just carry it with us.
Alright, fine. How about this? We're gonna all walk together towards our destination, towards a place that's a little bit more concealed. Maybe a cave, whatever we can find. And then we all just keep our mouths shut. And we keep walking. And if we see anything, we can signal the group and we just go take care of it.
So let's all be quiet and let's all keep our eyes out.
Yes, I am the master of quiet. Watch and follow my...
I don't know about... Okay, yeah, sure.
So you're just heading towards a place more inland.
I head in the direction of the deer, like not directly on the riverside, but like this is the river here, I'm heading this way. So I can kind of like go around 500-600 feet and then break inward and hopefully catch it by surprise.
And I'm stealthing to try and
I'm
be as
also
quiet as
stealthing
possible.
because I'm trying to
Is
sneak
everyone
up
being
on
stealthy? So
To
you're
an
all
extent,
following
yeah.
Boulder to try to like sneak up on this thing?
it.
No,
I hope not.
we're all like moving inland to like find like a little cubby that we can set
So you're
up
each
camp.
kind of looking in different directions, basically?
I'm keeping an eye on Elle because I don't want to lose them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so like when we kind of get
Alright,
to
why don't
that
you all roll a
5,
stealth check?
when we kind of get to that 500-600 foot range.
19. I am
wow.
10.
on fire.
When we kind of get to that 500-600 foot range, I basically just like So, are you guys continuing in that direction, then?
Relatively speaking.
Well, I would like to break off for a little bit. I won't be very long. If I don't see anything, I'll head back toward you guys. But if you guys are staying that same straight path, then I'll meet up with you shortly. But I have
You do
reason
realize
to
it's getting
suspect.
dark, and
I
if
do realize.
you get lost, we're not gonna find you.
Well, in the morning you will, because most people can find me.
Will we though?
Yeah. I would like to not starve. You have
We're
no
not gonna
idea
starve.
how much food I need.
My goodness. Look, do whatever you want, but if you get lost, you're on your own.
That would be correct.
So what did you guys all roll for stealth? You got 19.
10.
11.
Okay.
And Boulder's by himself.
Oh, actually.
Oh, I have my sword, so I'm okay. And I have a few
Do you
rocks.
have
in
your
my
heavy
hand.
armor though?
No.
Are
I
we
gave
take-
that over to you guys. with the
We're
mounts.
taking all the mounts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worst case, we can eat one of the mounts.
And yet you're going after a deer.
Because I don't want to.
I feel like reptile meat is probably not that nummy.
That's where you'd be incorrect.
Food is food.
You ever eaten alligator or snake? Snake tastes like
just
chicken.
I've eaten so much alligator and
Snake
snake.
tastes like chicken.
Dude, I could go for a good schmookle right now. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know the schmookles or something?
No. Anyways, I attempt to quietly make my way through the other area of the forest, looking for any movement of any possible
Alright, make another
creatures.
perception check just for me real quick.
Should I make another stealth check? Or of course I don't see anything. 4.
Well, maybe the other creature's really obvious.
Hopefully. Must be really big.
Yeah, so kind of getting to that area, waiting around for a little bit of time. Nothing seems to happen.
Can I roll again at expense of some of my exhaustion?
Seems to
Sure, you can
happen.
take 5% exhaustion and roll again.
13.
Okay. Just already moved past you. You actually like look over and you see the deer as you caught it in just the right light, and it's kind of something shined on it.
How far?
70 feet away from you.
I have big arms. One of the rocks I mentioned I had earlier, I take, imbue it with Thunder Pulse to try to dull its senses, hopefully making it immobile for a little bit, and I just chuck it at it.
All right, make attack roll.
Come on.
Good luck, boy.
4!
All right, it just went right past it. You see it?
But hit in front of it, so hopefully it turns toward me.
Yeah, you see it kind of like back up, and it does start running towards you.
Okay, well then I get ready with another rock, and I do the
Alright.
same exact thing all over again.
Alright, do it.
Except I wait for it to get a bit closer this time. 5! Squeeze!
It goes right past it. This time it saw that it came from that direction, so it turns back around and starts running the
I
other
take
way.
my sword and I throw it.
Okay, make another attack roll.
Not imbued with anything. Oh my goodness, 2!
It just lands only like
No
10 feet
food
away
for
from
me
you.
tonight.
You barely got the sword far at all. It just moved and
Yeah,
hit
I
a tree.
started throwing it when I was angled down.
And it runs off. It's gone. Nope.
I pick up my sword and I humbly walk back over to the same direction that they were walking.
Is there anything that we happen to see that looks edible while we were walking?
Your mounts.
Like creatures or
Yeah.
fruit.
Both.
Yes.
Okay, both make another perception check.
8. It's a good
13.
Alright, Detective
those
Spade,
were
you
nice.
do see
Mushrooms.
you do see some fruit around the trees. It's not as like obvious and accurate. It's pretty hard to spot, but some of these trees are blooming with fruit. You don't see many edible things, although you do see several like luminescent bugs. Like
Edible.
so, like yes, technically, they're like a lot. They don't look like fireflies, but they seem to be a range and variety of different creatures. There is one that caught your eye especially, and it was like it's a beetle that's
Juicy.
pretty stinking large. Like maybe not quite this big, but it's like this big. It's a beefy beetle. Yeah, and so it was like, and it kind of glows subtly, and it was like on the side of one of the trees.
And I have no idea if the fruit is edible.
Yeah, we've never really been in this area.
Yeah. Well, on my way back, does my eyes catch anything at all? Any creatures?
They're
I'm
gonna
gonna try and
Thank
persuade a
you.
fruit to be edible.
14. Big perception.
You see a lot of bugs.
If I see any beetles the size of that, I'll take them.
You do see one that's kind of like higher up on a tree.
Well, I'm higher up, so I grab it.
You'd have to jump still.
Oh no, I jump.
Okay. Why don't you just make a d20 roll for me?
Stupid rolls. 14.
Okay, so as you go up to get it, it's gone, and then you see it like appeared like a little bit away.
I go for it again.
All right.
Do I need to roll again? Because I
yeah.
rolled 19.
All right, this time you got it. It's kind of like its legs are like flailing.
Okay, I just hold it happily as I walk back.
Occasionally it goes and almost like goes through your hands, and you can kind of catch it, but it like almost goes right through your hands.
I just squish it a little bit more every time it tries to do that. Teaching it, that's not good.
Oh no!
I'm gonna
terrible.
eat it soon, okay? That's not
Just put it
that
out of its misery, man.
It's
Are
better
you being
fresh.
stealthy as you're going back?
Yeah, oh, kind of.
All right, why don't you make a stealth roll?
Kind of not. 2.
You found every branch, every leaf that was crunchy. You stepped on them, basically.
So the real question is, am I walking the same direction as them?
Oh no! Why don't you make a survival check?
I have advantage in survival, so that's
Oh,
good.
thank goodness.
17.
Yeah, you found where they went, and you generally went in the same direction. It's getting much harder to keep track of things as it's getting pretty dark. But
I'm
although
also
dark for this forest does not mean pitch black by any means,
because of all the light bugs.
there's a lot of bioluminescence in this forest. So
Well,
a lot of the mushrooms, a lot of the different foliage, they glow. A lot of the bugs glow.
I remember one of them talking about nocturnal creatures, so I'm still keeping my eyes out for movement.
Make another perception check.
Yes! 12.
Okay, you don't see anything.
Okay. Well,
How are we doing on finding a solid campsite?
What were your guys' rolls for perception again?
I don't remember.
Well, the
Just
last
roll one time for me. That's my bad. I should have had you guys go first.
1.
9.
Right. Luckily, your 9 is still pretty good.
is it?
Well, for him.
Yeah, for him, it is. You do see what looks to be a small area that has some stone coverage and a part of like a looks like vines growing all over it. But you think you might be able to push some stuff aside and potentially fit all three of you inside this little area. That's probably the best thing you've seen so far.
Under a rock?
Yeah, it's got like the side of like rocks like over it a little bit and like some like plants and leaves on the other side. It's not like a complete coverage, but you get like 3/4.
Alright.
That's pretty good.
El, do you want to go looking for food? And I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
shape up this other edge so we can be completely covered.
Okay. I got you. I start wandering into the woods.
I try to gather
my
like,
prey.
and I try to gather like dead branches to like make a fourth wall.
All right. Boulder, you are like starting to hear a little more like some sounds kind of around you.
I
Run.
definitely want to eat it. And, I just try to bait it out at this point, hearing it, because it seems like some sort of nocturnal predator. That's what my mind goes to, at least, not something following me. Well, kind of following me, but so I'm trying to bait it out, looking like I'm really stupid, and but at the same time keeping my eyes out for anything potentially jumping out at me, and ready to throw down my beetle and grab my sword.
All right.
Well, yeah, I just keep on walking in the direction of where they were supposed to go for the campsite.
Getting a little bit closer,
I mean, even a Pectrolictos would be tasty.
all of a sudden, make a strength check.
Can I climb a tree?
Oh, I win.
You certainly
I
can.
get advantage on those. 22.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, all of a sudden you felt something like as you're kind of looking around, you felt something grabbing at the beetle in your hand, and then you look back and nothing's there.
Something's trying to steal my food. Just keep my eyes out that much more for anything. But I continue walking.
Give me a strength check.
5.
Yeah. Believe it or not, he did worse. So this time, as you're kind of looking around, all of a sudden, something is like grabbing at it again, but he does not let go quick enough, and you look around, and you see this large bat-like creature grabbing with its its back legs at it and flapping away, looking you right in the eye with these large...
Can I grab one of its legs?
You can certainly try it. Make an attack roll or a restraining roll here.
3.
As you kind of grab at it, it does like fly away, but you get a little bit better look at this thing, and it's about the size of like a large house cat, but it's a bat. It's just got these huge bat wings, and
I thought it was bigger than that.
well, with the wingspan, it like the body's about the size of a large house cat.
Oh,
so think of the bat wings in comparison to that. It's still got to be like almost a 10-foot wingspan. So, well, like probably like an 8-foot. 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, something like that. And then as you see it back up, it immediately goes onto a tree as you see the wings fold up very quickly as it scatters up a tree.
So I have food looking for me. Perfect.
I'm in a tree looking for something that I can attack.
Alright, make a perception check.
Looking for some movement. 17.
Alright. You do see what looks to be like a small creature kind of looking around the base, and you realize from this height it actually is one of the deer. It's kind of like getting up. It's like kind of looking around. As you see something just like completely like appear out of nowhere, eats the creature, and it's gone. And you just see like part of the creature left over.
Oh!
Like a leg.
Yeah, I climbed up the tree, I grabbed the leg, and I bring it back to camp.
Thank you. You got actual food.
Yeah, so you got one deer leg.
Deer legs have a lot of meat on
Hey,
it.
Spade, I found this. It's not much, but it's a start. And I just kind of throw it on the ground and walk away and go back to the tree again.
So you go back to the same tree.
It.
Yeah, I go back to the tree.
Okay. So Boulder, what are you trying to do at this point? You're just trying to sit there, hope this thing keeps coming back.
No,
from
I
this beetle?
still try to walk and find where they are.
Okay, at this point you've gotten to where you see Detective Spade just kind of trying to put together a hut more.
I just kind of make sure the beetle's dead, and then I just set it out and watch for the bat.
You just set it out?
Yeah, just like a little bit in front of me,
Make
watching,
a perception check.
ready to grab something. 13.
Alright. It's gone.
My food.
No.
Something you did notice too is like you never heard this thing while it's flying. Like it's incredibly silent.
Of course it is. Well, I see Detective Spade, I'm like, oh, well, my beetle got taken, so I'm gonna go look for something else. Oh,
You
wait,
see
is that a deer leg? How did we get that?
Ella just kind of threw it here. I'm not sure where.
What happened to the rest of it?
That isn't great.
Is he just that bad at catching deer that he only caught a leg?
I'm
My
not entirely
goodness.
sure, but I wasn't gonna
Sounds
ask
like something
questions.
that Elle would do, but
Alright, why don't you make another perception check and that's for you?
That's a 16. Come on, baby, bring them in.
let's get a big boy.
Alright. You see another thing that's kind of glowing as you're kind of looking out from the tree towards looks to be a little pond. And you see something that what looked to be almost a rock. It's actually moving a little bit. And it's and you see it looks to be some kind of like tortoise.
Yes.
It's like has this like gemstone like shell to it.
Oh my goodness. Is that one of those gemstone tortoises? Dude. So, like, I kind of like slowly come down from the tree and I kind of sneak on over.
And then slow too, so.
It doesn't really notice anything. It just
I just kind of like walk behind it and I just pick it up.
It's probably really heavy.
yeah, it's heavy. It's like it's basically like solid rocks. Yeah.
I try and bring it back to camp.
It's just kind of like giving you this really weird look. It's like something you notice while being within its vicinity is you kind of like every time you've bumped yourself on the way here, which is going through this forest at night, you've definitely done several times. All like the scratches are kind of slowly starting to
We should take him with us.
like fade and heal.
Oh, I've heard about this thing. Dude, this is like really cool actually. I'm just like lugging it back.
You don't want to make this into a backpack.
So you just bring it back to
Yep.
base. All right, you do. And the tortoise just complies.
Guys, look what I found!
My goodness.
Well,
He's
then-
huge.
He
That'll
looks.
be
He
enough
kind
food for
of
the
sees
two
some
of us.
like a leaf on the ground.
Dude, isn't he perfect?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect for supper.
Yeah, well, I mean, he heals us too.
He heals us.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the little, like, you know, field around him. He just, like, gives off healing. Yeah, it's super cool.
Well, I mean, what are we gonna... I've never prepared turtle before.
Why don't we just name him and just keep him?
Isn't he heavy?
Yeah, you can carry him.
I pick him up. How heavy is it for me?
Not that heavy.
Okay, so I could stick it like on my back if I had a few straps.
Oh, no.
I put my finger up to its mouth, like, well, more like my knuckle. Does it try to eat it? Goes for more leaves? Okay. Yeah, I think it's safe to bring with us.
This is not something that's like. You get the feeling this thing's not really used to being hunted, even. It's or like well,
Just everything likes it.
or it's just too dumb to understand that it's being hunted.
Okay.
One of the two, or just trust the fact that nothing can really hurt it that much. But yeah, he does not seem worried or frightened in the least. That's
So
that's
on
what
its
you get.
back, you said it had like gemstones and stuff.
Yeah, like this whole shell is basically made of like crystalline gemstones
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of emit this pulse every now and then.
Well, how are we going to strap this to my back then?
I wasn't thinking strapping it to your back.
Oh.
That was a little strange.
How else would I carry it?
You just carry it, you know, like a little baby.
Isn't that really inconvenient?
Well, you just set it down when you want to do something else.
You can't really take care of it for very long, though.
No, but just
Unless
for
I
now.
put it. Does it fit in my backpack?
I mean, is your backpack proportional to how big you are?
of course.
Yeah, it'd fit in there if you
Okay.
took most of the stuff out of it. It'd take up almost
I
all
don't
the
have much
space.
in it. I just have some stale bread.
Yeah,
and
it
then,
basically
like,
take up
rope
all the
and stuff.
space, but it would fit there.
Dude, why don't you eat your stale bread?
Have you guys found any food while I've been making this hut?
That leg. And, I mean, I guess this
What
thing,
happened
but...
with that leg? Are you just that bad at catching them?
Oh, no. So, funny story. Actually, I saw this big old shadow thing just absolutely tear this thing to pieces and run away, and this is all that was left, so I just took it.
That's
It's
that's
fresh.
interesting.
It's fresh.
I feel like we should have people take shifts during the night of watching.
we're
Originally, I was
definitely gonna need
thinking we
to.
would just sleep, but no. After hearing that, probably not a good idea. But as terrible as it is, I guess I'll just have to go with very little food tonight.
Well, considering I don't think we have much time left in the night at all, unless we want to be up all night doing this.
No,
We should
yeah,
probably sleep.
We need to get done with this. I put the leg. Well, I hold the leg over the fire. Actually, first I skin it, and with my sword, using it to
You're
get
just
it
a
all
giant
off.
sword.
Yep.
You're like,
Yeah.
all right.
And it's still sharp, so I skin it with it, and then after I skin it, I just hold the bone at the bottom over the fire, and then start cooking it like it's a marshmallow. Though it will take a while.
All right. You cook that leg.
Dude, make sure you share that. That's all we got.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Well, once that leg is cooked, I once again take my knife. I take some nice leaves, lay it down like clean leaves, and then cut it on the leaves. And
Well, Boulder, do you want to take the first shift or what?
yeah, I can do it. I'll hang out with. What are we gonna call this tortoise?
I don't know. You name them.
Esmeraldo. Because he is like emerald. And I was thinking of a name that kind of had like emerald and Esmeraldo.
How about
Kinda has
Ez?
it. How about Meraldo?
Ugh.
Okay, fine. Ez works.
Let's go. Alright, I'm going to bed. I gotta be ready for the morning.
All right.
I hang out with the tortoise.
Boulder, make a perception check in your shift here.
5.
Okay.
You better not take my tortoise.
You don't see anything.
Okay. I'm okay with this.
You're very distracted by Ez, so
Yeah.
you just kind of play with him the whole time. And by playing with him, you mean you just kind of
Feed him leaves, yeah.
Who's next?
I wake up this guy.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good enough. Ah.
Your turn. I'm sleepy.
Okay.
I didn't see anything while I was up.
Probably because you were too busy chatting with Ez over there.
I don't think I even was that much. But yeah, I sleep.
What'd you roll?
14.
All right, you
Poor
don't see
guy
anything either.
neglected as.
I kind of like pat Ez's head, and then,
What are we doing?
hey, wake up! It's your turn.
Okay.
So, good luck. And I go back to sleep.
All right.
I kind of like venture around the perimeter. I don't just like stay at the camp. I kind of more look around. I got a 7.
All right.
Hey, but you are Detective Spade, so, The 7 is better.
There was some movement in a little bit of the distance, but you're pretty sure it looked to be some kind of creature. Just like a nocturnal animal. And nothing really stood out to you as something's watching me or watching us in any way.
As the morning approached.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, Ez. Still awake, still eating?
Yes. Does he not
never
sleep?
sleep.
He never slept. Nope.
Wow.
He is a leaf muncher.
Yeah, you notice like actually he started eating like part of the leaves are covering your like certain parts of your face too.
I mean, he's kind of replacing the cover as just big rocks, so it works.
Sure. It's not really in that position, but alright.
Yeah, I'll just pretend.
Dude, I'm hungry now. Okay.
Now we really need food. That deer leg was not enough.
Let's just try and find that hut. Maybe they'll have food there for us.
That's a good
But isn't
point,
that
but
like
that's
a
another
day
day's
journey?
Pretty
I don't know
much,
if
you
I
guys
can
didn't
make
go
it
that far
another
in,
day
yeah.
without food.
Oh.
I think it's
Alright.
best to keep moving now.
Yeah, let's
Alright,
just
fine.
keep our eyes out for anything that looks edible.
Agreed.
I put Ez in my backpack and I stuffed some leaves in there that he can reach his head over to.
Alright, he's pleasantly surprised with this treatment and he is
Yeah.
just like very content.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
It's like not having to walk sounds like a dream to me. So
And just infinite food next to him. Because I'll just pick up anytime I notice that's getting low. Like, I'll put more in there.
you notice that after like about half an hour, you just hear
Alright.
he has officially fallen asleep.
I'm okay with this.
You actually understand that he might actually prefer to be up at night and
Alright. I
really be
put,
awake in the day.
like, the flap of the backpack over him. Like, I don't close it so he gets his oxygen, but, just, like, over so it's a little bit darker.
All right,
Keep moving.
so you guys are just moving forward. Who's kind of leading the pack here?
I will.
Looking out for the place you're supposed to rendezvous for.
I will.
All right, make a survival check.
Perfect. Good roll. Good roll. 11. I'll take it.
All right, Detective Spade, why don't you keep a lookout for everybody, since you have just the highest chance.
Nice chance.
Nice. That's a decent score. Decent.
What'd you get?
25.
I'll do. Okay.
Uh-oh.
What?
Okay.
Oh boy. When is it gonna happen?
So,
You just shot the highest thing you could possibly get.
Yeah, one on.
looking around, you do see kind of like some gecko-like creatures on some of the trees. And they are covered in mushrooms, though. And
I don't want to eat those.
yes, there are a bunch of different kinds of lizard creatures with mushrooms on them. You do see at one point a deer not too far away, like potentially 100 feet away.
Oh, do I see it or just him?
He saw it first. It's up to him if he tells anyone about
Okay.
it.
You guys stay here. I'm gonna go try and sneak up on an animal I saw.
Alright. I hunker down.
I wanna get I wanna approach it to be no closer than 40 feet away.
All right, make a stealth check.
Shoot it.
Not natural 20.
Okay. That's definitely plenty. You get close and it doesn't move. It looks like eating something.
Alright, and then I'm gonna use my Deadeye with my revolver, so I'm gonna just scope up on it and just try and headshot it.
Nice.
All right.
Come on.
Is it a buck or a doe?
It has antlers. So.
Oh, okay. You don't want to shoot its head then. You shoot it in the heart.
No, I'm just gonna headshot it.
But the antlers.
You got a 19.
Clearly not a hunter.
Goodbye, antlers.
Yeah, head is obliterated. like one shot he's out. Like it just
At least
the
it's
body
not
just
cruel.
drops.
Hey, hear that,
I
Boulder?
don't even need to be a hunter.
It's the sound of lunch.
I
Yeah,
do
and
like
also that
lunch.
sound echoes throughout like the forest.
I don't really care.
You actually hear some animals, like some fluttering of creatures away.
Lunch.
I sort of like pull it back to him.
I go over. Oh, you caught a nice one.
I did what neither of you could do.
Hey, look, at this point, all I'm concerned
Yeah,
about is
I
I
don't
have
really
food.
care,
I don't
yeah.
even care.
So what do you gotta do with this? Are you stopping to cook it up?
Yeah.
I gut
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'll gut it, skin it, and then I'll do it the proper way.
Go looking for some twigs.
All right.
And I keep a watch out for any unwanted visitors as we just made noise.
Make another perception check.
I got a 14 looking for sticks.
Ooh, you are really insightful.
Yeah. Pretty good.
A 7.
Did I get my sticks?
You don't see anything. Yes, you got some sticks. It's not that hard to find sticks in the forest, believe it or not. You even found some that don't seem very damp, so you think they'll burn pretty good. So, yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Do I take my rope that I have and I kind of like tie it up on a tree so it's hanging, so I can cut off like one leg at a time and then just basically cook it one leg at a time.
All right. Num num.
Yeah, tasty.
Boulder, can you light this fire for me?
Sure. I take a stick and I infuse it with lightning. I throw it and like.
Beautiful.
All right. Anything else you guys are doing while this is cooking?
Just keeping an eye out.
I'm keeping an eye on the food. I'm not even keeping an eye out.
You got a 17.
His eyes work. Just 2 more rolls.
As you're looking out, Elle, you do see looks to be like 3 different objects dashing past in about 100 feet away from you.
Whoa.
Maybe 120.
Guys. Hey.
Whoa, what?
Hey.
What?
There was like 3 dashing objects over there, boys.
3 dashing objects.
Yep. Whoom. Wooshy. Yeah. That was not normal. That's not like predators. Predators don't do that, right?
I think they probably would. But even if it is predators, I don't want them stealing my food. You gotta get prepared. I find my heavy armor that I have on my mount, I just take it off and start putting it on. Ready to fight any potential predator.
I climb a tree.
You're in a tree. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get a better vantage point, see if I can
I'm making another perception check.
Yeah,
pick them out.
totally dumb.
Looking in that
Wow.
direction.
Wow.
I got an 18. Whew.
All right, you see from an aerial view, looks to be something green and maybe a little bit of gold, like
That's not the colors that we
2.
want.
passing by.
I see this and I know what he means, right?
Yeah, you get the idea.
Well, I draw my sword. No, I don't draw my sword. I draw it and then I put it back and I just am ready. I'm like ready to pull it out.
Guys, they're literally right over there. We are being followed. They're coming for us.
And then from behind where you were pointing comes two people dashing towards you. What are you guys doing?
I am. First, I want to see what are these people.
So coming out, you see like a dragon-like mask on both of these as they draw, create green soul knives. You would know
these-
these to
are
be
these
the assassins
Of
from
course
the
they are,
Peacekeepers.
okay.
Looks to be a total of 4 of them. coming towards you, and they are moving fast, like inhumanly fast with how close they're getting to you.
Well,
they're
first,
just dashing towards you.
I energize myself with that ability so I can try to keep up with their speed as much as I can. And basically, anytime they get close enough to me, I just want to punish them for it by hitting them square in the jaw with my sword.
All right, 2 of them are heading directly towards you. What do you like? They're
Then when I see this, they come in from the same direction and
Yes.
stuff. I use my wide strike ability so I can hit them both right when they're getting that close.
All right.
6.
All right. You see, as you go for a strike, they immediately react to it and like basically do the limbo like underneath your ear blade, like back bend underneath it. Come right up with their knives and just all 4 knives, so it's the 2 in each of their hands, make contact, and they fit it in between your armor at each point, and there's a twist.
Well, before this, I attempt to still go down to block it because I'm energized. My movements are faster.
Yeah, they were even quicker than that. They're moving at a speed that you can't quite react to this. Your reaction was that swing, and unfortunately you don't have time to bring it back around and react again. They're already at you right now. So your arm's like up here when they're doing this, and as they stab in between some armor spots and then dart out of it. Back me up like 15 feet.
Okay, well, while they're darting out there, at this point, if they're moving away and my arm's over here, I can swing it back.
You can at
over
least
here.
attempt to, yes, for sure.
Okay,
Oh
so
my goodness.
am I seeing this from the tree?
Yes.
Okay,
5.
so
Yeah, they dodged that too.
as they're making contact with Boulder, I know that this is my time to test one of my new abilities that I actually learned after watching these guys do their thing. And I'm going to use my phase dash ability, and I'm going to like jump down the tree and phase dash and like try and hit both of these people right as they come out the other side from attacking Boulder.
All right, make an attack roll there.
20.
20.
Yep, unnatural.
All right, they were not expecting you to do that. As you very much caught them off guard, and you hit both of them with your attack. At this point, the 4 of them have kind of like grouped up together, and they're now like back to back in like.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is not good.
As I see them back to back, I just unload my pistol on them.
Yeah!
You see, as soon as that happens, go ahead and still roll for an attack, but they all put up what looks to be like a force, like a bubble barrier almost around them.
Oh
that
my-
seems to be like taking the bullets in a little bit.
15.
All right. Let's see. All right, so one of them shot in before they could even put up the barrier, and it hit right at the chest of one of these guys. They are wearing armor, but it looked like it pierced it, and it went right into the chest of one of these guys here. And then, but all the rest of them, they put up their barriers. You see, like the bullets get actually trapped like halfway in to these barriers.
So how many total do you say there were? 4 or 5?
There's 4.
Okay.
And at that point, they drop the barriers.
I try and like just grab like a stick that's on fire and just like toss it up as just like another thing that they have to think about.
All right.
Also, I just got stabbed like 4 times. Does having this turtle on my back, by any chance, increase my healing potential?
The turtle is really asleep.
That's okay. It has passive healing.
It does seem to be like
Less painful?
a little bit, but it does not seem to be like anything that's like. It's not like your wounds are already gone.
Okay.
Well, like they are very much still there, and it's still.
Well,
hurts.
then I set down the turtle. Before I do anything else, I want to have my full movement potential, and then if they're already gonna stab under my heavy armor, I just quickly break the front strap so I can move faster because they're all speed based. So I need to be speed too.
All right.
Go.
As they kind of react from being hit with the bullets, and one of them especially being hurt. The other 3 of them are gone. And behind all 3 of each one of you, one appears with a large, looks like a katana, like soul weapon. As they go for a stab between your backs.
Okay, as a soul walker myself, I would expect them to appear behind me. So as soon as I saw them disappear, I'm trying to like turn around and
make a block or counter whatever you're doing with advantage.
With my energized senses, do I notice these at all with any potential to fight back?
You can try to block for sure. You can all try to block.
I got a 22.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I'm gonna stop rolling so bad.
Did you attempt to block?
Yeah, I wanna try and actually like dodge, roll out of the way, and then on my attempt to get up, I want to pull out that gas bomb that I had and just spray him right in the face.
All right, yeah,
That's
go for that.
Oh my. We both rolled the same thing.
What did you guys get?
2.
Okay, so how exactly are you avoiding this attack?
I basically like turn around, and as soon as I see him, I'm just going to try and like slide under and like kind of deflect his blade with mine, and then just like punch him right in the nuts.
Alright. He is definitely wearing an armor plate there.
Oh, okay. Well, I still attempted it anyway.
Alright, so you hit it, and it's like... but he did kind of like... It does still... He reacts to it, nonetheless, and you totally avoid his hit, though, for sure. The other 2 of you, unfortunately, did not react fast enough. You try to come back with something, but as you're turning around, their swords just go for large swings across your chest for both of them.
All right. I try to block it with my shoulder at least, though. That's not really gonna help much.
Yeah, you get a little bit of your shoulder in there, but yeah, that's about it.
I immediately use Greater Illusion and create duplicates of everybody to just confuse them.
All right.
Everybody in our group.
Yeah.
Including the turtle.
But he's in the backpack.
There's just 2
There's just 2 backpacks, yeah. I didn't think about that, okay?
So, or wouldn't it just be like every time boulders repeated, he's just wearing the same backpack?
No, I set down.
No, he set it down.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, he would have gotten.
Oh no, there's one in the backpack, and I didn't realize he was still in the backpack, so I just have it on the turtle somewhere.
Alright. So a random turtle appeared.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, you see duplicates of yourself everywhere.
Alright,
it's a little confusing, actually.
I just go with it and I start smacking the guy along with my duplicate. With my energized abilities, I go for like a hit on the top, and whether or not that misses, I like turn it around and go up for an uppercut as well.
So the ones that are right next to the 2 of you, they do try to stay with where you guys are, knowing that, at least assuming you're the real ones. So seeing you do that, he's still going to try to dodge, but go ahead and do your attack.
First one was a 12, the second one was a 4.
Alright.
This is stupid.
The first one actually does hit. You make contact with that, and the force of your hits. These guys, they're very speedy, they're very nimble, but they don't have much girth to them. So like you hitting them, just like they fly like 10 feet away, basically. Your strength is just overpowers them very quickly.
All right. Well, now since this guy's pretty far away from me, I finished taking off the all but my shoulder pad basically from my, so I can really have full movement speed in this.
All right. At this point, 2 of the other ones have kind of braced themselves, and then you see them dash all around as they start slicing through the illusions. And they kind of circle in towards where you guys are.
I'm going to also phase dash again and try and hit them both while they're doing that as well.
All right, go for it. They're kind of circling in towards you guys as they're trying to.
Wow, your rolls are insane today.
22 again!
One of them got 23.
Do I get to roll a second time?
Sure.
Like one for each of them?
Sure.
Go!
1 and 1.
Alright, so the one that you had a high roll against, you do like overtake, and you actually are able to hit them while they're doing this dash, and they immediately fall out of it and kind of like roll on the ground.
I want to like trip him. Like
Just trip him. Yeah. Okay, so that's exactly what he does. He stumbles out of the dash. He kind of rolls in and smacks right into a tree.
Is this guy close to me then? The guy who tripped?
The guy who tripped? Yeah, he's pretty close to you.
I go run over to him
Alright.
and smack him.
Alright, then your other attack to this other guy, he sees you coming immediately after you just did this to the other guy, and he instead comes back at you, knowing that you're a real one now. You're a real one, Marcus. You know?
Right, yeah.
As he comes back towards you, he twists the katana facing you and stabs right at your chest. Are you doing anything else to try to avoid
I'm
this?
trying to like slide and like kind of like
Alright,
push
but
it
make
up.
a roll there.
13.
And you don't avoid that as he still slices right towards your chest.
Oh, that looks like it hurt.
The one you
So I'm running currently. My movement speed with my armor is 35, and then without my armor, I'm just gonna roughly guesstimate at 40, 45. Plus, I'm energized, so I'm in like the 60 without a dash. And then also my arms are moving way quicker now, so I'm like bolting toward this guy and then just going right down on while he's laying on the ground.
He's like still dazed for a second, so go ahead and make an attack.
13.
Alright, as he kind of like looks up, you just smack this guy right on his noggin. At least assume that's what you're aiming for. His
Yes,
head.
yeah.
Yeah. Then just like a strike with your sword. Nothing
Yeah,
fancy,
except I'm
necessarily.
kind of going like angled, so I'm trying to hit him and hopefully take down the tree just to like show my strength, so I can like tell them later I took down the tree too.
Yeah, so as you hit in, you kind of like, it stops some of the way as like the tree actually does slow you down. They're trying to cut through that too. And you hit his head pretty hard as he looks even more dazed. He kind of starts slumping over more as you cut through like half the tree.
Okay, I'll take it.
You see kind of like it might not stand much longer.
So is this guy living anymore? Who I just hit?
He's dazed, but he looks like he's still conscious somewhat.
It's impressive. I just go for another strike on him with my 2 hits I have while I'm energized.
And then, as going back down for another strike, why don't you make an attack roll there?
21.
Nice. As you go right towards it, he's gone. As he is now behind Detective Spade.
Do I at least take down the tree?
Is it Detective
Yes.
Spade
Okay.
or is it his duplicate?
At this point, the other one has gotten rid of most of the duplicates, at least sliced through them, determining which ones are which. So,
This guy just got hit in the head though. He
why
brought
don't
concussion.
we find that out? It was an illusion.
Yeah.
You did something.
What? As he is very thrown off. Detective Spade, what are you doing?
I wanna sort of just, being that the other guy's right up close to me, I'm just gonna like take my little smoke device, like just try to slip it in one, like in his armor, and then push him back.
All right. Go for it.
Please work.
Oh, I got a 5.
No!
As he sees it coming, he does like smack your hand to try to like avoid. Why don't you make another roll to make sure you hold on to this thing otherwise it's falling to the ground.
12.
You do. He just kind of pushes it away, but it doesn't get flung out of your hand or anything. As he then dashes out. He's heading towards L now. What are you doing now?
I'm going to use
Ooh, smart. Oh, never mind. I don't know.
I'm gonna use embody fear. So as he gets close to me, I'm just gonna be on the ground and just like put out this energy to try and like tap into his mind.
All right.
1.
Yeah, you see as you try to like tap into his mind, and you see what he fears. Nothing happens.
There's no fear.
Almost like either he has nothing to tap into, or he somehow are being blocked, or he literally has no fear.
Which I get scared at.
Yeah, one of those three things is what's happening. As he's going right towards you with another katana strike.
Yeah, I'm just waiting as close to the last second as possible, and then I'm going to like try and just roll with all my strength to like
All right,
one
make
side,
another
so kind of on the
roll
ground.
here.
10.
You roll partially, and it still hits like kind of the back side of you to some degree. As he kind of goes back down for another like, stab strike as you're like rolling away. All right, Boulder, what are you doing?
I
Also, that tree.
Yeah,
Fully toppled
nice.
over.
I start running over full speed. I drop my sword even to gain a bit more, and I infuse, like once I get there, because it takes away my energize, and I infuse my hands with chain lightning, so I just punch the first guy as hard as I can in the face, and then I transfer that same pain to both of the other living, or wait, all of them are living still?
All of them are.
Then I transfer it through
Some
all
of them are more hurt than others.
and they all feel that same pain.
All right, go for it.
10.
All right, the first one you go for does phase shift, but there's actually one really close behind him, and so you punch him like the side of his face, and like right in the temple, basically.
Oh, that's even better.
It was actually the one who got shooken up before, so he's just like
I like hit in the head.
knocked
Okay,
out.
yeah.
As that electricity starts spreading to the next person, the other one unphases, gets hit with the chain lightning still, as it goes to like the last person.
Just as planned.
At this point, you see like the tortoise, like the bag that he was in, kind of fall over, and he kind of like, and like it walks out a little bit, and he sees like you with a giant like slice on. He looks over, he sees like L like not looking great, and he's like his eyes get like really big, and you see a giant pulse of energy just surges out from him as you feel.
Does that kill the enemies too, though?
What's that?
Does that kill the enemies too?
Yeah. So, as all of your wounds kind of get patched up, the guy who got knocked out starts getting back up, and you see their wounds start closing up
But
too.
when he starts getting back up, since he's next to my feet, I take my feet, which are still plated with full metal,
Yeah.
and I just stomp on his head.
Oh!
Go for it.
That gets advantage. 21.
All right, you successfully. Now his head does have metal armor on it, like a helmet.
Very dented metal armor.
Yes, but
Hit by a sword, hit by my hand, hit by my foot.
yes. So there's a little mini crater in the ground now where his head is shoved into, and the helmet is literally compressed, as you don't know if he's alive anymore or not, as it's bent into his head.
Well then I end off by just like going down, like I kind of squat down on one knee, and I use my take a hit ability to restore some of my exhaustion back, as I'm also getting my health restored from Friendly Turtle.
Yeah, and you see, like, so you are able to basically be restored to full health. Your exhaustion is still the same as it is. Everyone's feeling great right now, but so is the enemy. As they all, like, especially the other three, are immediately getting back up, and each one is dashing at one of you and moving for attack. What are you guys doing?
I attempt to.
You aren't able to do anything for at least this round of combat.
Yeah,
while
I
you're
attempt to
taking
just take it.
Yep.
I'm going to use display self, which basically makes it so like I have like after images and pre-images of wherever I'm going. So it just kind of like looks like I'm in like, it's like somebody's dazed while looking at me and they see like multiple of me, kind of like, so they're not exactly sure where I am, they just know generally where I am.
Alright, as soon as he sees like the displacement, you do see like the one heading towards you just starts kind of going for like, he just starts spinning the sword around and just like goes like for a spin around to try to hit you hopefully, but he'll get a disadvantage on that, so. Why don't you make a 20-roll dodge that, and what are you doing?
I'm gonna let this guy hit me so that way I can get him real nice and close and finally take him out with my device.
Alright, go, he goes in. He does stab like right towards your upper shoulder, and it's a pretty good stab right into you. And then go for it and roll there.
17.
All right. And then what did you get?
I got a 19
on your evade. Okay. Yeah. So as he's like, trying to hit these things, none of them were you.
Yeah. What I'm doing is basically like I'm letting my kind of like after images kind of stay standing, and then I'm going to like go in for a sweep to kick out his legs.
All right. Go for it. And then releasing that gas. So you just basically are you releasing right at his face?
Yeah, I am just like pointing it right directly, pinpointing.
So it's like stabbing in. As he begins to topple over. Oh, this is an untested formula, so let's see how well it actually works.
Oh no.
Please. Either way, you at least drugged him.
As he does fall over, it looks like he's put to sleep.
And he snores.
And then
now it's a test formula.
You are able to sweep this guy's feet totally, and he just rolls back. Anything else you're doing while he's
basically as he like gets swept out, I'm trying to like use a soul knife to come down and just stab her in the center of him.
Alright,
and whatever happened to the guy who was trying to attack me?
He just successfully came in and just
my muscles, I hardened them.
Yeah. I mean, he's like sliced, and you just didn't really react, and he's a little like taken aback by that.
Well, as soon as I'm done with my take a hit, restoring some of my exhaustion,
which you're basically done with. The thing you do notice though, before you like stand up, is this guy you stepped on. Like you squished his helmet so much that the mask part came off. Looking at his face, you see his eyes glow with like this green energy in his eyes. Just something to note that you did notice while you knelt down very near to him. Nothing you've ever seen before in someone's face.
But he looks like probably dead, right?
His eyes are glowing, so his eyes are open, but like
that
he's not
doesn't
really
mean anything.
moving at all. Yeah. So. And what was your attack?
I got a 19.
So are the only weapons on these guys just their soul knives, or do they have any other?
They use like a spiritual weapons, like
so like no physical weapons.
Does not appear to be. No.
Sad.
Yes, you stab him right in the chest. As he goes to stab you in the chest as well, and
I try and like move.
why don't you see if you can?
12.
Alright, he does stab you in the chest too. And he takes the other knife, trying to stab you again.
I try and like block his hand out.
Alright.
20!
You do.
Natural!
Alright.
And then I twist his arm too while I'm at it.
As he phases. Alright, and then what are you doing now, Boulder? As you are awakened again?
Attempt to run over and like grab at his face and his mask, because I remember that guy has glowing eyes. He has glowing eyes. He doesn't like it when his mask is off. It hurts his head. So maybe it'll hurt his head if I take off his mask. So I'm like, I energize myself as soon as I start standing up, and I rush over to go grab it and take it off. Or specifically just grab it, even if he runs back, he'll pull off or something.
Alright, go for it.
I don't have green eyes, dude.
Yeah, but you have glowing eyes.
Fair enough.
I'll just do that. Of course. 2.
Yeah, he dodges that very elegantly, in fact.
Because of
With a
backflip.
19, yeah, he's like does like 3 backflips to show off a little bit.
I like show offs. Shit, I say that when I cut down a tree.
So right now it's just that one that's up, and that's that you just attempted to hit or take off the mask, and it's the one that you are fighting. Those are the only 2 that are still standing right now. The one that you stepped on, it looks like he's probably dead, and the other one is asleep. So anything you're doing, Detective Spade?
I take this time to reload my revolver.
All right, fair enough. The other one unphases behind you, Boulder, attempting like 2 soul knives to your back.
That'd
basically.
be great, but I've seen this before, and I'm already energized. So as soon as he phase shifts, I prepare for an attack behind me, and I start swinging my arm across, so like even though he has his arms out, I'll be hitting them and then knocking him to the side.
Yes. Go for it.
All right.
Do it! Win!
19.
You do successfully block his attack, although you were a little surprised. It definitely seemed like he noticed what you were doing, and he tried to adapt for it. He didn't adapt in time, but he did try to. He definitely has a pretty good way of being able to observe while in the phase, which is actually pretty difficult to do. But yes, you still were able to block that hit.
Okay. Well then now.
And now the other one in front of you that you attempt just to take the mask off of, he comes in for a katana strike to your chest.
Oh, both of them are after me.
Yes.
Okay. Well, since I just have my arm against his arm, I grab him and I put him in front of him.
Try to put him in front.
Yeah.
All right, make a roll for that.
3.
All right, you don't move him in time. As you try to like grab him, you see he actually like plants his feet pretty stinking well in the ground, and he tries to resist and like pull back, barely. As you do overpower him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And even that little bit of stuttering, this other guy comes in, stabs like kind of right at the ribs. All right, what are you doing now?
I have changed my spiritual weapon into a scythe. And I am like holding it behind me as like I phase shift, and I don't actually go behind the person or anything. I just use it to basically the person's in front of me. I blink out of existence and then blink right in front of this guy as I just like slice this guy and pull him down to the ground.
The one who's stabbing me?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, go for an attack there. What are you doing, Detective Spade?
I just go down and I finish the guy on the floor.
Holy cow.
Just shoot him, basically.
Yeah.
All right, make an attack
Oh my
roll there.
goodness.
It's gonna be with advantage because he's asleep.
I got a 22 again.
I got an 18.
All right, yeah, you go down. You basically able to take your time, calculate. You aim for a patch of the neck where there's no armor, and just a bullet right through. Clean shot.
And while I see him pulling the other guy out, I realize I can just focus on the one dude. You said I overpower him, so I grab
physically.
him and I like pull him up and I do the classic Bane move and drop him on my knee and attempt to break his back.
All right, go for it.
19.
All right, going down. He does.
But he
phase
just
shift.
phase shift.
Not.
Like very, very, very recently.
Yeah, that was still like there was still a round of combat in between.
Not for him. No, because it was phase shift into stabbing.
Oh, you're right.
Into
yeah,
the other guy.
That's fine.
So
Yep.
he can't phase shift.
You got him. You don't think you broke his back,
But it
though.
probably really
But
hurts.
yes, that you totally did the classic move. The steel armor does help it not like, immediately break his back. If he had nothing rigid behind there, you might have actually broke his back.
Yeah, and I still have my steel leg armor
yes,
as well.
which does help for sure. But you definitely dented the armor. in the
All
back.
right. Well, then I
And
just try to restrain him
Your
at
attack was
least a
22
little.
on the other guy.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you immediately are able to pull him down while cutting him, basically, as he comes stumbling towards you. looking around, he phases and doesn't reappear around any of you.
Hey, can you go find him? You're fast.
I don't know where he went. How am I supposed to know? I phase shift and I like start looking around.
In the phase, you see maybe something like about 50 feet away through the tree line. It's hard to tell.
I phase out. I'm like, I think he went that way, but I don't even know for sure, and I don't know if we can catch up to him.
I start running after him with but dashing this time. So my regular round 60 move speed as a dash, full sprint.
What if
after
it's
him?
not this dude?
Well then I catch a meal. Yeah. I leave the guy who is very in pain on the floor.
Just so you know, that trying to catch someone while they're phase shift, even if you are double or even triple your regular speed, is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, I just attempt to.
They move they can move about 15 feet within the blink of an eye. So
Correct.
it's like
Only
it's still
a limited amount though. Their total.
Yeah, they can't do that forever.
Exactly.
Yes, they can't do it forever, but they can pretty much try to use what energy they have left to get as far as they want.
Correct.
They're not limited to a certain distance.
I
it's
only
just a
go
certain
for
energy.
maybe like a minute or two, and if I can't find anyone, then I won't continue. It's not worth it.
Going through like a minute or two, trying to chase through the tree line. Yeah, why don't you make?
Oh yeah, that's good.
400.
No, it's even better. 6.
You
you
never
say
quite
600.
spot them.
All right. Well, then I deactivate my energize ability. Now feeling quite
All right, so there's
exhausted.
still one guy left
And I start heading
alive
back.
over there, but he is like struggling to breathe. He's kind of on his hands and knees.
It's up to you guys.
So yeah, you guys are the only ones left there. What are you doing?
Why were you following us?
What do you think?
Because you stole from us. You betrayed Lantheon.
Betrayed you? We just wanted information. We didn't betray anybody.
If you just wanted information, you would have gone through the proper procedures.
Well, why would the government be hiding information?
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Betrayal is betrayal.
Well, I don't see any use for this guy. You just leave him. He's gonna be fine. You just cut his hamstrings.
It's cruel.
Don't cut his hamstrings. We might as well just kill him then. We either leave him or we kill him.
Well, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. So maybe we just knock him out and then leave him.
Am I back at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive and awake.
All right. What if we?
I pick up a big rock, like not huge but big, and I just
Hold on.
Throw it at him. Do you just drop it on him basically?
essentially it's like either he dies or he gets knocked out. Either way, mission successful.
No, because we could. Don't
It's like,
kill him.
I like stop before I do. Well,
What if we just knock him out and bring him
This
with
would
us
probably-
so we can interrogate him back at the camp?
I don't think it's safe to bring him with us.
You broke
in
his
condition,
back.
I don't know if it's actually broken.
Okay, then we cut his hamstrings so he can't run.
Well, at least let's cut like at the ankles or something, so then he really can't run.
Look, guys, this is like torture. So
This is
let's
torture. I don't want to do this.
Let's
Okay.
just leave him. Let's just leave him.
But for interrogation purposes,
Do we need any more information from Lantheon?
it probably wouldn't hurt.
This guy did. Is this the one I took the mask off of, or was that the other one?
That's the guy who you stepped on his face.
I didn't. Oh, I attempted to take it off someone.
Can he
else.
only phase shift with the mask?
Yeah, you would know this. Can you only phase shift with the mask?
Not really.
Then what's the point of it?
Well, it helps.
Okay. Well, we can just take his
Sometimes.
mask and like
Depends on the
break it
mask.
or something, so he can't really follow us as well. So I take off his mask and.
All right, you again see the glowing green eyes.
Dude, that is weird.
What's up with that? Yeah. Okay.
Dude, what's up with his eyes? Why do they look like that?
Why do your eyes glow, huh?
Dude, that's normal. What are you talking about? This is weird.
I try to break it with my hands if I can.
I kind of like grab his
straight
face and I like look at his eyes. I'm like, what the?
He just is very, very annoyed by you doing that.
18.
But he can't really stop you, so.
Dude,
it's-
how did your eyes get like that?
They've always been like that.
What are you talking about?
18.
Yeah, it's like steel, but it's not like it's that thick of steel.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Wait, what?
I broke his mask.
Oh,
Just because, yeah.
okay.
And I just kind of throw it away. Well, he shouldn't be able to chase us as well if you say that helps him do his thing.
I mean, you can still do it though.
Yeah, but there's one of him. Even if he gets his other ally, there's two of them. We already took out 2 when there were 4. I think we'll be fine if we leave him alive.
Okay, whatever. Well, then you have to
Yes.
carry him.
I'm not taking him with us.
That's what I thought we were gonna do.
No, I don't want him near
Weren't we
us.
gonna interrogate him?
No, it's not worth it. I don't want to be doing all this dirty work.
Dirty work.
I mean, killing them when they're after us is one thing, but when we've already beat him and he can't really do anything, either we end it or we just leave. One of
Well,
the two.
okay, I was gonna leave, but like,
Yes.
I mean,
so we
having
leave
some
and leave him
information
here.
isn't the worst
really
idea.
think a peacekeeper is going to be able to be interrogated? So if you
a good
think
point.
that, you're very wrong.
I think there's always a way to get information out of someone.
Hey, do you
Not
want
out
to talk?
of these guys.
He doesn't
And
say anything.
we might not be the greatest at it, but the rebels have plenty of ways, I assume.
As far as I'm concerned, that's
I don't really trust
I
them
don't-
either, though. So
I don't
until
care
we
enough.
know,
And you guys speaking right now is giving away valuable information. So we need to leave.
all right, I don't care. I don't care. I'm fine either way. I just kind of start like walking away.
You see, he kind of like, he starts getting like up slightly.
You should knock him out.
I should knock him out. I knock him out.
Before you do, he phases.
Well, when I see that, I immediately like keep watch around me, but I make sure I don't look toward my turtle because I don't want him seeing me look toward my turtle and taking my turtle from me. So, that's.
You don't see anything reemerge yet
Okay.
after waiting like a minute or so.
Well, then I go grab my turtle and put it on my back and pick up my armor and put it on my mount and start heading over. Put my sword at my hip.
Yeah, I'm back on my mount already.
All right.
Starting on the journey.
And I
Why
also
don't
take
you-
that raw deer that's hanging and I also put it on my mount. And I wrap it in leaves and tie it up and keep it safe.
Why don't you make a perception or a survival check to lead everyone to where you're supposed to go again? You've made like half the day's journey already.
13.
All right, and then why don't you keep an eye out again?
That
Like,
turtle-
Could use another pulse from that turtle.
I don't know if that turtle's
16.
a lifesaver or
Uh,
what, but I think it's nice.
You do feel there's like a subtle,
Yeah.
being close to him. There's like a subtle healing effect, but there, you don't. He doesn't do anything as dramatic as he did before.
Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say?
16.
16.
Is he awake still or did he go back to sleep?
He's kind of like, nodding off. You know, it's just like.
Are there still plenty of leaves
Yeah,
next to
just
him?
occasionally like you'll hear him like
I make
munch
sure to
a little bit,
refill
and then like
his lunch.
and he just kind of like.
Hey, what about that book that we stole? Did we even look through that?
Did we? No, I don't think we did very well.
I mean, I still have it on me.
Let's go through it
Well,
again.
we should check it while we're riding.
Yeah.
What you got in there?
Alright.
All right, so you start looking through it.
Yeah.
Okay, looking through these pages of this book that was titled Obelisk Infrastructure. So you see more of those maps that I was kind of describing the first time you looked. In fact, several different pages kind of like especially if you rip them out, they form like the full map of Lantheon, basically, where all the obelisks are. And you see it, there's interconnected lines. You see, like, in the south of Lantheon, a lot of these lines lead towards Luminopolis. And like they head towards that. You're not exactly sure what these lines signify at this point. And for the north, a lot of them all of them are pointing towards Messagoria. And then you see one line from Luminopolis to Messagoria, like this larger one connecting the two. So that's like kind of the initial introduction. It's just saying like layout and functionality and something like that. And then as you continue reading, some of it's written in a code that you don't quite understand. Why don't you make an intelligence check, actually, in space, see if you can crack that to any degree.
Come on, baby.
An 11.
Alright, and with just your general intelligence, you're able to crack some things. So you start to get this idea that somehow it seems like they're saying the obelisks are transmitting information and data. And you keep hearing like Messagoria being referred to as the central processing unit of CPU. Yeah, the CPU of the obelisks. And then as you keep going through this, you start to see that there's references to a base of the Peacekeepers that's underneath Messagoria. A very, very large base. And it looks like that's the CPU, for lack of a better term. Like that's what they're referring to as the central processing unit in Messagoria. It's this underground Peacekeeper base that's there. And there's a couple details about it, but some of them, you know there's more to it, but you're not able to crack it anymore.
Is he relaying all of this to us?
Indeed.
Wait, so is that why we had all those tube things? You know, maybe like they were running to that central base?
Most likely.
Weird.
Well, also that means there's probably a lot more Peacekeepers in there than what we just dealt with.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we're going to have some
much,
sort of huge operation for that.
Did you see how many Peacekeepers they stormed that rebel base before?
I mean, there were only 4 of the ones that we just went against. They were mostly just Emerald Guard.
I know, but there was tons.
A lot of them aren't with us anymore.
Even the Emerald Guards, they had modified armor and modified skills. They did seem to be more skilled.
But probably not on the same level as those 4.
No, they weren't the assassins, but they were definitely better than a regular run-of-the-mill soldier.
Okay.
Why don't you make a perception check, Detective Spade, one more for me.
Nice.
23.
Alright, on a couple of these pages, you do start to notice there's something kind of glowing on the bottoms of the pages.
You ripped that off.
There's something glowing on these pages.
No wonder why they could find us. They're probably some sort of tracker.
Ah, come on!
I thought it'd just be the rune on the back, but
maybe we should,
it'd be dumb
read
for
what
them.
we can and ditch the rest, you know?
yeah, let's just stay over here and finish going through it. Can't lead them all the way to the other base.
Can we find a river?
The closest river was the one you crossed.
And
Is it
we're
like
kind of
right
far
ne-
away, though.
Are we far away from
Yeah,
it,
you've
or-
gotten pretty far now. You're almost that whole day's worth of travel
yeah.
inland, so...
Yeah, not quite worth it.
Maybe we should burn it.
I mean, we need to make food soon anyways. It could be good fire starter.
Well, we should probably not drop it in the place that we're camping.
Well, if it burns up.
But they'd still know our last location if this is tracking us.
Yeah, we should. Maybe we should backtrack a little bit, maybe like an hour, and then burn it.
Or we'll just chuck it behind us now and keep going forward for a
I
little
kind of like that idea.
Seems the easiest thing. Well, let's first make sure we have all the information from that book. Do we?
That's all you can understand.
Okay. Well,
After taking a good amount of time to decipher it.
Well, let's make sure we have the knowledge of the general obelisk map, so we
Actually,
can
the
kind of
one thing
relay
you
it.
do, the one other thing you do understand is that they say something about having level 3 clearance in order to go to this base, and they do reference some kind of transport down there inside the Emerald Hall building in Messagoria.
Okay. Level 3 clearance, is that... What level is that? Like, what were Peacekeepers to?
Peacekeepers... I guess it's something like level 3 of Peacekeepers.
Oh.
So
we were probably like level 1 of Peacekeepers.
Or 2,
Or
yeah.
2.
But so it's something higher than what you had. You never even heard anything be referred to as level 3 clearance. It was like so above what you were that it's like you never even were told about it as a thing.
We should have taken a look at the dead guys back there and see if they had any badges.
Oh, that's a good point.
But I mean, they might have been able to track those too, so it could have been helpful or harmful. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I'd say we just meet up with this guy and see what information we can get from him.
Yeah, you might already have a plan to get in there.
Make our decision, you know?
Yep. Either way, we'll probably have to flee the country after all this.
Probably. I don't know, dude. Like, this is crazy. I can't believe this is going on right now.
I don't even know where to go anymore. My
Alright,
home country
So you just
is
toss the papers basically
pretty-
behind you
yeah.
and just leave them there? Alright.
My home country is pretty desolate, so
Getting
probably not
to-
going to go back there.
Yeah, same here.
Boulder leading you, he's pretty good at navigating through a forest environment.
Big man.
And just nature in general. As he does lead you to what looks to be 2 big boulders and some kind of
a tracker for
weirdly
boulders.
shaped hut-like or hill-like thing in between.
I walk directly into the hill.
All right.
Yeah.
Walking and like basically hitting it, you go right into
Wow.
Dude, that's crazy. I fall right behind him.
it. All right. Going inside.
I make sure our mounts are hung up on a tree
Smart.
so they don't run away. As they just tied
Tied
them,
them? Okay.
yeah, tied them up, hunkered them down so that way they can't run away, and then I follow.
All right.
Is
So-
my turtle still asleep?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Needs his beauty rest.
Getting into this area, or going inside. It's not that big, but it has. There's a few people inside, and one of them is the mole. And he kind of weighs you guys down.
As
Alright.
kind of like a show of trust, you could say I take my sword and I like put it on the wall before I like enter in. Even though, as I just clearly showed, I can beat things up with my hands and feet too. But kind of just like a visual representation of I not wanting to fight.
All right. Good. You see, he kind of like nods, and so you made it.
Yeah,
You ran into some trouble.
you can say that. You almost get
That's
killed.
why we wanted to meet here. For one, we wanted to make sure we could really trust you, and 2, we wanted to make sure you weren't tracked. What you just walked through there was a barrier to detect any tracking devices, so it didn't set off anything. So hopefully,
We got rid of a tracking device just recently, so they can come here within like maybe 4 or 5 hours, but they shouldn't be that close.
Okay, we'll get packing up soon. What did you find? What did you find that made them chase you down?
Well,
We stole the book of obelisks, and then we kind of ran away.
yeah.
Realistically, we could have just returned it and apologized, but we chose to run, and then they followed us in the forest and tried to kill us.
So maybe not the smartest.
Yeah, we
chain
didn't
of
have
events,
our
but-
best ideas then.
Look,
Yeah, probably.
it had to happen. Okay, we could not keep working with people who are that evil. Like,
Yeah,
they destroyed Cleonia for no reason. I can't even believe that. I still can't wrap my
They
mind.
did what?
Oh, wait.
Didn't you say they funded it, not destroyed it?
Well, yeah, but they funded the destruction of Cleonia.
Really? I did not know that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we had access to their archive, and we were looking through a few things. That's what stuck out to him. Otherwise, we
made our own access to the archives.
We looked through the back archives, not the main archives. But then we looked through the Clovera incident or something like that.
Clavoris, yeah.
Clavoris. And we checked everything out around that, and we definitely saw the problems there.
Well.
And we also have noticed that the obelisks are all chained together and, what was it, sharing information?
Oh, you don't remember. It's a good thing I wrote it down.
Yeah,
they all chain information back to Messagoria. There's a giant base underneath, if you didn't know.
Is that where they process the information? Did it say?
That is what it said.
Central processing unit.
All the obelisks relay messages back to it.
We did theorize that that's what the obelisks were doing. That's why we tried to make our major locations and bases right outside and in between where the obelisks catch. We think that it's possible they can actually detect some of what we either say or potentially even think.
Wow.
And transmit it back, and it has cost us lives as we've figured out our plans.
20,000 rebels that were taken care of? Or was it that number? I want to say we looked through some different incidents, and I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than that.
Yeah, well, that was a little while ago, and I'm pretty sure that was the number. And these two remembered how they never even saw any of this take place or knew that there were really rebels anywhere until after we got involved. And to think that many were taken down without the populace knowing, it makes sense that these obelisks could hear what we say or think, so then they can take it out right away before it gets widespread.
I got a question. So how are we supposed to trust you guys when you guys caused all those deaths and all those problems at that other obelisk that you destroyed?
Again.
And what is the point of that anyway? What are these obelisks? And what are they doing?
We're not entirely sure. But the things we do know about them is this. We know that they seem to be taking and gathering information. And they seem to be... It seems that the peacekeepers have now made it where they punish the criminal before they commit the crime. Because they know that they're going to.
What? It's ridiculous.
By seeing the thoughts, they know who will betray them and who won't.
So they're just reading our minds right now, so they know exactly where we are and everything, and that's how it all works. Like, how is there even a resistance if they can read minds, huh?
I don't know if it's completely reading minds, but I think that it listens for trigger phrases and words, potentially. Things that will bring the obelisk's attention and report it back to the central processing unit. That's why we were trying to create a device between the rebel cells to actually disable a few obelisks. Not destroy, not kill people, but actually disable like we were trying to do the first time. And see if we can actually move more freely and talk to the people in those areas and speak more freely and see if there's more to what Lantheon is doing. We've also seen many things from Lantheon about how these obelisks in certain areas potentially are also drawing energy from the land and creating deserts in certain areas, and then refueling and bringing back life to its more populated areas, and recreating the land in their own image.
Weird. I've never heard about that before.
Some people think that there's not conclusive evidence on this yet, but that's what they're doing to Bruisimia. It used to be a lush land, and now they've killed it all in order to make themselves look better.
I mean, that place is a wasteland. To think that it could have been a nice place. I don't know. That's a little much for me.
You said
but
they funded the Cleonian War?
yeah, they did. Found so many different transactions and documents all
I've
reported
always
in
thought
one.
technology that reads thoughts seemed awfully Cleonian for the Lantheon government to use.
That's a good point.
I wonder if there was a reason for that. Maybe they did just have an exchange of technology.
Well, think about how valuable that living metal was that we came across.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I can't believe. They're just. They killed all those people. All those people.
Also,
We never are going to try and kill innocent people. Where Lantheon has and will continue to do so. So, believe us or not, that's our mission. What happened with the obelisk was a tragedy. We tried to save as many people as possible, but the death was instantaneous. All of our own people that were there were killed as well.
also,
It was never meant to do this.
I kind of like break away and whisper over, hey, you should maybe bring up that egg thing that you have, because didn't they have it at that other obelisk that they messed with?
Yeah, but it's mine anyway. Why would
Yeah,
it
but
matter?
what if they know something about it that you don't? If you know nothing about it, should you get any information you can? Otherwise, it's a
what do you
useless
mean?
family heirloom.
No, it's supposed to develop with me.
Yeah, but it hasn't.
It has. It just takes
figure out
time.
what they were using it for.
Fine. What were you using this for?
Oh, where did you get that?
It's mine actually. Thank you very much.
I did not know. But it was at the time one of the only pieces of living metal we could get our hands on. We found that it reacted with the obelisk, and we thought we could use it to disable it. Unfortunately, the reaction obviously turned more volatile than we realized. We didn't realize the cores were made of Voltaic crystals. That was a mistake.
Oh yeah, that'd do it. Well, okay, but do you know anything about this item?
Only that's comprised mostly of living metal, and that's the reason we used it.
That's what I figured.
It's worth a shot.
I know that it's going to be difficult to trust us completely. And it's going to be difficult for us to trust you completely. Because it wasn't more than like 2 days ago that you were hunting us. And you led to
No,
the
it was like 4 days ago, I want to say.
you led to the destruction of one of our major bases, and
We did.
the peacekeepers came in and killed over 30 rebels.
We'll have you know, I had no idea the beacon worked that way.
I understand, but it happened.
Though I probably still would have done the same thing at that time.
You're not
You're really
complicated.
helping.
Although you were gonna kill our buddy, so.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Good
I was-
point.
From the perspective of
I was there. We were
government
never planning on
workers, we were
killing
doing the right thing.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
just
you're just
gonna
planning on erasing my
reverse his
mind
memory.
and making me into a drone.
No, we wanted to actually set you free, just make you forget about the location of our base.
Oh. Really?
I mean, think about what they actually did. I mean, maybe you would have lost a year or two of knowledge, which is a pretty
Yeah,
bad
that's a
thing.
big deal.
But
it's better
if
than
the alternative
killing you.
is that,
Yeah, I
then
guess
that's a
it's-
pretty.
Which is what
that's
the
pretty
peacekeepers-
Fair point. That's a fair
Which is
point.
what the
I can't
peacekeepers
really-
have done to us for years. They didn't take us as prisoners. They killed us.
It's true.
They
Barely
did
gave
say
us a
that.
chance to even explain. They didn't care. They just wanted us dead.
Well, now what?
We were, like I said, we were planning on disabling those obelisks. But if we can take down the unit that is processing everything, we could potentially take them all down at the same time.
How many
Wait,
people do
they,
we
they
have?
know you took this book.
Yes.
We need to move now. If we don't move now, they're gonna move the location. They're gonna up the guards by way too much. This is like our only chance to take this down.
There's one guy who should relay the information, and he still should be pretty far away from Messagoria.
And he was injured pretty bad.
He
so-
was. So probably
We need to
travel
start
slowly.
assembling teams and heading there.
How many people do you have?
enough for a couple strike teams. We're gonna have to go infiltration only. We cannot brute force this, otherwise we will lose.
Okay. Well, how are we supposed to do that? Like, obviously, we're all wanted.
Yes, I have an idea that I just think might work, even for you, big guy.
Oh boy.
And that's where we'll pick up next time. Alright. Thank you for watching Masters and Martyrs. As always, comment below your favorite part of this episode, and like, share this video, subscribe. It all helps us out. And just so you know, these next 2 episodes after this one are going to be the finale episodes. So stay tuned for that. Get caught up if you're not all the way caught up. And it is going to be worth it. They should be pretty epic. So, thank you.
Thank you.